All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Zac Stacy, Senior.
Mr. Stacy, you're here in case 2021 CF 14827AO on charges of aggravated battery, cause of great bodily harm, and felony criminal mischief. Mr. Luca, can you put your name on the record?
Yes, Attorney Thomas Luke on behalf of Mr. Stacy, Your Honor.
I believe we have the victim on the line, but I'm not sure if she's able to speak to us this morning.
I think she has a bad connection, Your Honor, so she did say it's very hard to hear.
Okay. All right. The information I received, she's still in the hospital, so we want to make sure she had an opportunity to be heard, but we'll proceed. All right, Mr. Stacy, there's a warrant signed by a judge finding probable cause for those charges. Mr. Luke, you want to tell me anything before I set release conditions?
Yes, Your Honor. I would ask court to consider this. First and foremost, Mr. Stacy has no prior record, no prior history of any arrests of any kind, no convictions. This is an isolated incident. There's been no other incidents, as far as I know, or no other police reports involving these two individuals. Mr. Stacy has agreed and he has just was served a temporary injunction as well. He does not intend to contact the victim, have any contact whatsoever, third party or otherwise, with the alleged victim in this case. We would just ask the court to set a reasonable bond in this matter. My client is not a wealthy man, and we're just asking for the standard release conditions for the first time aggravated battery.
Anybody have the injunction case number?
I'm sorry, Your Honor?
Asking for the injunction case number.
Oh, I have it here. It's, actually, I don't have it. Yeah, no, but the case number's on there.
2021 DR 013559-0.
That's correct, Your Honor.
559-0. What was it? 1359.
013559.
Also, I feel like I was missing a digit.
I would also like to, Your Honor, just if it may please the court, very briefly. Mr. Stacy was in contact with me immediately, starting in the early morning hours yesterday. We were waiting to see when the warrant was going to hit the system. Once we confirmed that the warrant was outstanding with the Oakland Police Department, Mr. Stacy flew from Tennessee, where he was temporarily residing, right back to Florida with the intention of turning himself in. He was arrested at the airport by Orlando Police Department before I was actually there to pick him up, to actually deliver him to the jail, to surrender him, and I had arranged surrender conditions with the Oakland Police Department. So I'd ask the court to take that into consideration as well, that Mr. Stacy will abide by any conditions of the court that he set and will appear in any relevant court dates that he needs to appear at. He is not at risk of flight.
I guess, Mr. Luca, have you had an opportunity to review the warrant affidavit?
I have an opportunity to review the charges, Your Honor. I have not seen the affidavit in support of arrest affidavit. However, I have seen the video, as have, I'm sure, the court.
Well, the warrant affidavit outlines a history leading up to this event of law enforcement contacts with Mr. Stacy, his victim, at the residence where this ultimately occurred, that the reason why he's here today.
I do not have that information, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
All right. Say you have any input?
Your Honor, he is entitled to a bond, but what I would ask in light of him immediately leaving the area would be that he surrender his passport. That would be one of the conditions that I would ask for, Your Honor. And again, he immediately left the area after this incident happened.
Your Honor, he has no objection to surrendering his passport. He just doesn't have it with him.
Where is it?
It's in Tennessee with his other property.
Is there somewhere in Tennessee that can
I'm sure.
FedEx it to him, or FedEx it to you, and you can turn it in?
Your Honor, I would ask that the defendant be, again, he has no objection to surrendering his passport. He just didn't bring it with him. He does not reside, well, he resides in Tennessee, but he doesn't have anyone. He has the keys to his car. The passport's in his vehicle in Tennessee. If the court's going to make that a condition of bond, and we have no objection to it, I would ask that it be surrendered within 5 days or 2 days of his release.
I mean, who's in Tennessee that can? Because the keys to the car are, unless he has some, I don't know what kind of car he has, but most keys can be reproduced by a dealer or something like that. So the question is, who can get his passport in his car in Tennessee at the airport, I'm guessing, or somewhere else?
Yeah, Your Honor, he has someone who can do it.
All right, because he's gonna be held up for a little bit till that happens. But once as I said, they can FedEx it to him overnight, get it to you, either Sunday or Monday, and he can be on his way. All right, Mr. Stacy, you want to set your bond in count 1 in amount of $10,000, count 2 in amount of $150. Condition of your bond: you to have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you the one-time return with law enforcement if you need it to retrieve any personal items you have at that residence. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You ought to surrender your passport before you are released from the Orange County Jail. And you are going back to Tennessee after you leave the jail, or are you going somewhere else?
Yes.
Where are you going to be living?
Tennessee.
What's the address you're going to be living at in Tennessee? Luca.
Sorry, approach, Your Honor.
Yeah, please. Because the address you have listed on this charging affidavit is not. So what address, tell me what address you're going to be living at in Tennessee.
Right now, I'm just in an Airbnb, and but my residence, 13, Massman Drive. It's
I'm going to order that you reside in Tennessee. At the address that you're going to list on your change of address form.
That's what I'm writing for.
Yeah, as I was saying, I'm going to order that you reside there. Okay?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
If you decide to move, you're going to have to let the court know, let your attorney know.
Your Honor, very briefly, who is the passport to be surrendered to, the bondsman or to the court?
The court. So the attorney, when the bondsman comes, whoever comes to bond him out, you turn it over to the clerk. Or you can file it downtown.
Okay.
Does anybody have anything else before the court?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
All right, everybody have a good day.
Oh, Your Honor, if I am able to.
Sorry, one more thing too, I forgot to add. In order that he abide by the injunction in 2021 DR 13559 as a condition of his release. Missing the zip code, Mr. Luca.
I forgot the zip code, Your Honor. I just filled in the zip code, Your Honor, 32717.
All right, Ms. Luca, I'm sorry, I cut you off. What were you going to say to me?
Your Honor, if Mr. Stacy can get his passport or his friend can get his passport to me on, let's say, tomorrow or Sunday, how do I get that to the clerk's office?
We're here
Okay.
all weekend.
I'll bring it to the jail then, Your Honor. I didn't know
all-
if you need me to bring it.
Yeah, they're here. So wherever you can accept it, they'll accept it here.
Okay, make sure it happens.
Is it Moss? Oh, sorry. Mr. Luca, Madam Clerk, is it Mossman Drive?
Yes, Mossman,
M-O or Mass? Massman.
Massman,
Massman Drive.
M-A-S.
M-A-S.
Sorry, Your Honor, I was writing fast.
No problem.